What's up, y'all? It's your man, Dat Dude, bringing you guys another video. Week 2 is only a few days away, so it's time to break down the Panthers versus the Giants. When I saw this game coming up on the Panthers schedule before the season started, I had the Panthers pegged to win this game by 7 points or more because I thought they would be the much better team with the addition of Baker Mayfield. But after watching how they struggled in Week 1 against the Browns, I do not think that's the case anymore, and I think this game will be very close. Although I do think there are some things that work to the Panthers' favor. One, the Giants' offensive line isn't as good as the Browns' offensive line, so I don't expect the Panthers' defensive line to struggle like it did in Week 1 against the Browns. I don't expect the holes opened up for Saquon Barkley to be as big as the holes that were open for Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Even though Saquon Barkley is a really good running back, he is fairly comparable to Nick Chubb. I think Nick Chubb is a better running back, but Saquon Barkley is a complete running back. He can run with speed. He can run with power. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can be shifty and make you miss. He can do everything you want in a running back. But the guy backing Saquon up won't be as good as Kareem Hunt. So whenever Saquon's out of the game, the Panthers won't have to worry as much about getting gashed for 6 or 7 yards at a time like they were getting gashed against the Browns because Kareem Hunt is the backup running back there. The Browns have the best running back tandem in the NFL. The Giants don't have that despite having Saquon Barkley, who is a really good running back. So that is one area where the Panthers should fare a little better, and that's containing the run. Even though the Giants, if they try to get to our edges like the Browns did, they can have some success. Because with Brian Burns especially, where he struggles is holding the point of attack in the run game. You don't run away from Brian Burns. As a weak side run defender, he's great. You let him run down the line and make a tackle from behind, he's really good. But if you run right at him, he struggles at holding the point of attack. If the Giants do that and they get Saquon on the edge matched up against a DB and one-on-one, that could be a long game for the Panthers defense again. But I do expect the Panthers defensive line to fare better than they did in Week 1. Another key matchup I believe is going to be whether or not the Panthers let J.C. Horn shadow Kenny Golladay, because I think J.C. matches up very well with Golladay. Golladay didn't have the season that most expected in New York last year, but I think he'd still be a very good receiver, and the guy is a big body. He is a great athlete at his size. He can high point the ball. If you get him matched up with someone like Dante Jackson, where Dante, I like him, but Dante is all of 5'9" on a good day. Kenny Golladay is 6'4", 6'5", and can jump. You get him matched up on Dante can be in his back pocket throughout the entire route, and Golladay can still just box him out and come down with the ball. That is not a matchup that favors the Panthers defense. But J.C. Horn covering Kenny Golladay, that is a much better matchup for the Panthers defense. And I think they should seriously consider letting JC shadow Golladay throughout the entire game. Now, some matchups on the Panthers offense is I think the Panthers offense should fare a lot better throughout the entire game than they did against the Browns because they won't be going against Myles Garrett on one side and Jadeveon Clowney on the other. So I think Baker's going to have a lot more time this game, a lot more time to go through his reads, process what he's seeing and make an accurate throw while not being under pressure. Ike Mekwonu should have a much better game. Not that he had a horrible game last week, but he was going against Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett had two or three sacks and a lot more pressures, but that's to be expected almost with any left tackle, let alone a rookie left tackle going against Myles Garrett. He won't have that to go against the Browns. Now, that's not to say the Browns have a bad offensive line and bad pass rushers. It's just that they're not Myles Garrett. That's no insult to not be Myles Garrett, but that's just the case. Even Kayvon Thibodeau, it should be healthy in this game, and he is a very promising edge rusher. But I do believe Ecom should fare a lot better in this game. He should be able to not worry about, going against some overwhelming force like he was going against in Week 1. And that should give Baker a lot more time in the pocket. And I do expect Taylor Moton to have a much better game than last week because Taylor Moton has been the bright spot on the Panthers offensive line for a few years now. He did have a great game in Week 1, but we have a history of Taylor Moton being a very, very dependable right tackle. I expect him to return to form in Week 2 against the Giants. Now, the Giants' DB situation, the Giants don't have a very good DB situation. Their corners aren't bad, but they also aren't great. Their DBs aren't what the Browns DBs are. They don't have a Denzel Ward per se. Denzel Ward might be a top 3 corners in this league. The Giants don't have that. So I think I expect DJ Moore to have a better game in Week 2. DJ Moore didn't play badly in Week 1. Like, he had some catches. He moved the ball down the field some, but he didn't have the game we all would expect DJ Moore to have, being the number 1 receiver on this team. That game went to Robbie Anderson, who I think also can have a really great game because I do think he's the best deep threat on this Panthers roster. I think he is the one who opens up the field for everyone else. And with Baker Mayfield's tendency to want to throw the ball down the field, Robbie Anderson can keep having a really good year. But I do expect DJ Moore to probably have his first 100-yard game in week 2 against the Giants. Also, Christian McCaffrey, I think, could get a few more runs, even though I don't really hate how he was used in week 1. It's not like the Panthers were gashing the Browns on the ground last week, so it didn't offend me that McCaffrey didn't get a lot of touches in the run game. I do think he'll get a few more in this game, and he'll get a few more passes out of the backfield. Maybe, 15 to 20 touches for Christian McCaffrey. But I think the Panthers, I expect the Giants to stack the box and try to make Baker Mayfield beat them. And I think Baker Mayfield is capable of beating this defense. I think he'll have a very good game. I think he'll probably throw for over 300 yards, maybe 2 or 3 touchdowns. I just expect a great game for Baker, but I still think this game is going to be very close because I think the Panthers defense, while they won't struggle as much as they did against the Browns, I do think Saquon Barkley is still going to have a good game. I wouldn't be surprised if Saquon had over 100 yards and a touchdown this game, whether it be on the ground or, passes out of the backfield. I still expect Saquon to have a good game. I don't think the Panthers are going to fix their run defense in a week. I don't think they're going to fix their tackling woes in just a week. And going against Saquon Barkley when you've been struggling to tackle and you've been struggling to contain the run, that is not what you want. So I think Saquon is still going to have a good game, and I expect the Giants offense to have some success in total, which is why I think this game will be very close. Now, despite my prediction last week where I predicted the Panthers to lose, I think the Panthers will win this game. I think they'll win this game by a score of 21-17. I think the Panthers probably miss a kick in this game because, again, we have a brand new kicker who's not as good as the kicker we had. But I still think the Panthers will win this game by a score of 21-17. I think it'll be very close. It feels good to say that I expect the Panthers to win this game. When I made this video for last week's game against the Browns and I predicted the Panthers will lose, that didn't feel good. You want to believe that your team is going to win. You want to feel good about your team's chances going into the game, and I feel good about the Panthers' chances to win this game. So yeah, I'm picking them to win, and it should be a fun game to watch. That's all I have for you on this one, guys. If you enjoyed this video, go hit that thumbs up. And if you are so inclined, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment while you're down there. I respond to almost everything. Let me know what you think about the Panthers' chances to win this game. Maybe you don't think they'll fare so well. Let me know. Again, I respond to almost everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one.